Hello, everyone, and welcome to this course about trust. How are you doing? It has been some time since our last class. I was already missing you. So today we're going to start a new cycle of classes in the new place. I moved finally. And this time will all be about the heart. We'll go through each of heart quality step by step, and we'll go from the base, the fundamentals of each quality to a much deeper level. So we're gonna do it for 10 weeks. 10 weeks, it's quite a lot of time, and it seems a lot of time to talk about just one quality, just like trust in this case. But you'll see that to gain more clarity, more understanding, and also being supported by the chi field and everything, you'll see that 10 weeks is not that much. And it will require your own hard work the best you can. What is best for you, what the best effort you can do is very welcome, especially this time, because you'll be deeply supported by the information, by the chi field, and by each participant. So the support for you to make the main breakthroughs, to gain realization, and to really involve and grow trust or manifest trust on you will be very good. Thank you everyone to come. Before we start to do the usual chi field, I know that there are a lot very new people in this course. So I will explain you some very fundamental terms. The first is chi. Chi is the word that we use to identify the most basic unity of the universe, the building block of everything that exists. And chi has three components. One is information, the other is energy, and the other is matter. And chi is constantly changing from the physical state to the non-physical state, and from the non-physical state to the physical state. The information plays a big role to guide and to direct chi and to transform chi according to what is meant to. The chi has different levels. The Yuan chi, that is a very pure and refined type of chi, is an indifferentiate type of chi, and is very close to the origin of the universe. There is the Yin-Yang chi, that is a polarized form of chi. There is the level of the 5 elements chi, and even more other levels of chi. So just to have a reference, I will not tell you the theory of chi, because that will take a lot of time, a few weeks probably. But just to have a basic understanding what chi is, and always be aware that chi is associated or contains information. So it's important to understand that, because we ourselves, we generate information. There is also external information, but how we create information is by our consciousness, by our heart, and of course our true self can also generate information, but in most of the people the true self is not awakened, is not fully manifesting, or at least 50% manifesting. So the main ways to generate information is through your consciousness and your heart, and everything that you experience on those levels will affect the chi and your life. The second term that is very important to know is the Shin, or Shinling, if you want it more complete. Shin is X-I-N, and Shin is the heart, is the Chinese word for the heart. Shinling can be roughly translated as the spiritual heart. That will be very important because that is what we're going to use now. When we talk about the 5 Shin, we are talking about the 5 heart qualities, 5 basic heart qualities. That is trust, openness, love, gratitude, and the 5th one is the compound quality that we call Gongjin, because there is no direct translation from Chinese to the other languages. We normally use that word Gongjin. It can be roughly translated as true respect and humility, but also has the other 4 qualities inside, and also compassion. Then Qigong. Qigong means cultivating Qi or working with Qi is what we're going to do. Qi fields is what you're going to do. That next is field that contains Qi, and the Qi field is there are natural Qi fields, and there are Qi fields that we can create it by ourselves. When we are in a group like we are now, we can create a Qi field, although we are far away physically. If we unite our consciousness and our heart as one, it will be like we all together. So we will be in this bubble of Qi and information that will help us and will support us each other. The Qi fields are very important. I will not also go into the theory of Qi fields, but it's very important that during the practice of or the building of the Qi field, you just do your best as you can to follow the requirements and the instructions. It's very simple to build a Qi field, but it's important that you do it with intention and you try your best to connect. Another important aspect that I also want to tell you is about how to transmit information. There are different ways to transmit information. Here in this situation, we'll mainly use 2 types. One is the talking information, so it's by myself expressing and using words. And as you can see, that has a lot of limitations. One, because even if you are really good with words and you express the words, no matter how good you are in expressing the words, you will never express the total information. And the second is because, as you see, my English is not that perfect and I have my own limitations. So it can have some limitations on that. But the best way to transmit information, and that is the one that I will rely mostly to transmit you information, is what we call in Ren Xue the heart-to-heart transmission, or the heart and mind to heart and mind transmission. And this is a way to transmit total information, and you can have the fully integrated and receiving the total information in yourself. As an example, I can talk about love, and we know that through all the humanity, there were many books, many poems, many movies, etc., etc., about people talking about love. But no matter how much theory, how many words you receive, you will only understand what love is if you feel it, if you really experience the love, if you understand it in your heart. So the heart-to-heart transmission is a little bit like that. When I'm talking, everything that I talk, I'm manifesting and I'm experiencing that. And is present in my heart in every moment. So if you connect with my heart and you open your heart to my own heart, that total information will be transmitted to you. And what it took me many years of hard work to reach, you can receive it in one moment and have it all together with no effort at all. So this is the heart-to-heart transmission, and I will invite you, and I'm inviting you to do your best to be with an open heart and connect your heart with my own heart. Sometimes when I'm talking, some things will probably create some disturbance on you. Don't close your heart. Keep it open. After we finish the lecture, you can go back. But while I'm talking, try to keep it, because there is much more than you think that can be transmitted by the heart. Another thing that is very important to know is that what I'm gonna share and what I'm going to give you, it will be very deep. Not only that, we are in the Chi field with quite a lot of people, and those Chi fields can be very intense and can be very strong. What can happen is during these weeks is probably that you can have a change, a transformation that is faster and stronger than usual. So when does that happen, there will be a reorganization of your own structure, a readaptation to that. It can happen that during that process you might have some sort of reactions, and can also happen that you don't have any kind of reaction, so everything is fine. If you feel that you are experiencing something that is unusual, don't be scared with that. It's just a thing, part of the process. If it's something that is very intense and you cannot really understand it, you just send me an email, a message, and as soon as possible for me, I will get back to you. Okay, so that is the first few things that you need to know. And much more will be said to you. But first, we're gonna build the Chi field, and we're gonna connect our hearts. It's very simple. You just need to follow my instructions and do your best as you can to follow the requirements and everything that I say. So please sit yourself in a good position. If it's possible for you to have your back straight, will be better. If not, just put the best position you can. Look straight forward and slowly bring your vision inward. Close your eyes and relax. If you feel any tension, any discomfort, just send the information to let go and relax. Relax. Relax your head and face. Relax your neck. Relax the shoulders, arms, and hands. Relax the chest and upper back. Relax the abdomen and lower back. Relax the hips, legs, and feet. Relax all the body from the top of the head to the toes, from inside out. Relax your heart. Relax your mind. You are so relaxed that your body is melting away, opening up. You are so relaxed that time is stopping now. There is no past, there is no future, just the now. You are so relaxed that you can feel and experience all the space and void inside of the body, inside of the cells, inside of the atoms, inside the subatomic particles. You go so deep inside, so deep, that you feel the most pure emptiness within. The void, the emptiness, has no boundaries, has no limitations. You can be free. And through the void, expand your awareness out, free and happy in all directions, to the universe, the stars, the galaxies, out to the infinite of the universe, totally dissolving yourself in the void of the universe. All the limits and limitations disappear. You are free. And bring your awareness back to the center of the body, gathering chi. Internal and external are one. You feel yourself dissolved in the universe, and you feel the universe within you. Focus now in your heart. In this state of total freedom, you connect with your heart deep inside. and open your heart to the universe with true respect and humility, and let the bright universe nourish your heart with compassion and love. Feel relaxed, free, and joyful. Qi is flowing harmoniously and smoothly. Once more, connect with your heart. And connect your heart with my own heart. And also with Melissa, Yuanse, and everyone in this Qi field. Every participant that is here. Just connect your heart. And receive the connection in your heart. Now, together, with the strength of our hearts united, with a very pure and clear intention, we're gonna connect and manifest the 5 Shin, the 5 heart qualities. From deep in the heart, connect with trust. Let yourself experience trust without any condition. And give this trust to everyone. Share this trust with everyone in this Qi field. And also receive in your heart the trust from everyone. Let yourself to be and dissolve in trust. Deep inside your heart, connect now with openness. For this moment, allow yourself to experience openness without any condition. And also give openness to everyone and receive openness from everyone. Dissolve yourself into openness and be openness. Now, connect and manifest love. Love without conditions. For this moment, give love to everyone and receive love from everyone. Dissolve yourself in love and be love. And connect yourself with gratitude. Allow yourself to manifest gratitude without conditions. And give gratitude to everyone. Receive gratitude from everyone. Dissolve yourself in gratitude and be gratitude. And lastly, connect and manifest Gonjin through respect and humility. And give Gonjin to everyone. Receive Gonjin from everyone. Dissolve yourself into Gonjin and be Gonjin. Feel the 5 Shin in your heart. How beautiful they are. This wonderful treasure of your pure heart. With the 5 Shin, open your heart to your true self. Welcome the true self in your heart. Gently surrender to the true self and allow it to manifest with total freedom in your heart, to guide you with his wisdom, clarity, and power. Our consciousness, our heart, and our true self are now unified and working together. Once more, from this deep state of unification, we open up to the universe. Gently surrender to the universe, asking him to allow you to be an instrument of his will, his wisdom, his love, his laws, his light. Receive the totality of the universe in your being. With this deep state of unification of our hearts, of our true self and the universe, we are now ready to learn and grow together, keeping the inner connection with your heart and the heart of everyone. Slowly, you can open your eyes. So, welcome everyone, and thank you for this wonderful connection. And it feels really good. So, we are ready to start the class. There are a few things that I need to tell you first. Again, one is how this course will work. So we'll have one class where I will present you with a lecture, and we'll talk about will be a continuous progress to bring you deeper and deeper into trust. So that will be a class of the lecture, and it will be 1 week like that, and the next week will be about question and answers. So you can, after you start to apply and you start to explore what I share with you and do your practice, you might have some questions, so you write your questions, and then the next week you can write them on the chat of Webinar Jam, or send them by email, and I will answer them on the class. The other thing that you'll have is a Zoom session, and it will be on Tuesday. I will send you the email with the links tomorrow and the times. When I send you the time, is always my reference is the Portuguese hour, so the Greenwich time zone, I think is the right name to say. And that is the reference you'll need to convert to your own time zone. And there will be 3 groups. One will be at 8 a.m., another at 5 p.m., and another at 8 p.m. And what you're going to do on those groups is to share, to know other members of the community, of the course, to share your experience, your doubts, anything that you need to share, your breakthroughs, your realizations, etc. And I will also give you some direction before you start the group. You'll have the direction to talk, maybe a question, maybe some exercise, whatever, but something for you to explore and discuss about. Those groups are, I think they are really good. At least I had very good feedbacks from the people that participate. They are not mandatory, but everyone is welcome to participate on them. Normally I put the time for 1 hour, but my experience was that people will spend at least 2 hours there. And you are free to come, not come, to stay a little bit and then leave. It's up to you. And the groups, normally I try to make the groups about 4 or 5 people. In some special occasions, 6 people for each group. Okay, so I think now everything is settled. So today we're going to talk about trust. Us as humans, in our essence, our existence has 3 main components. Is our consciousness, is our heart, our spiritual heart, and our true self. These 3 elements are always present with us. In an ideal life, the true self will be in charge of our lives, of our decisions, of our directions. The true self is our really true essence of who we really are. That is the name, true self. And in Chinese, we can use the word Shen to refer to the true self. The true self, it has infinite wisdom and a very well, also, let's say, an infinite ability for realization and growth. And also, it has a lot of power, a lot of abilities that are very unknown for most of the humans. And our goal is to have the true self in charge of our life. Then we have our heart. Our heart is also a very special part of us. It also has some wisdom, although it works in a different way from the true self. But the heart is highly connected to the true self. And whenever the true self manifests, the true heart experiences a huge joy, really, really big. Then we have our consciousness, and our consciousness is the main way that we process information. And in order to be more efficient to process information in the fastest way, our conscious generate or create patterns to help it to go. In the Ren Shui, when we talk about the patterns of the consciousness, we are referring not to the superficial behavioral habits, but something that is very deep inside, that we can call it the unconscious mind or the subconscious mind. And those patterns are normally what are in charge of the life of most of the people. And we call that the false self. Everything that is not our true self, we call it the false self. Those patterns have a strong identification or a strong self-identification with our body, with the physical body. And though they process or they receive information mainly by using the five senses. And because of that, they only receive partial information. They don't receive total information. And because there are flaws in this receiving of information, there are also flaws in the creation of the patterns. And because of that, those patterns will start to bring us problems, because they don't reflect the totality of life. They don't reflect wisdom. They reflect flaw information that build up, and though we can call it ignorant patterns. In Ren Shui, our goal is to move from these ignorance patterns and the false self being the master of life. So go from that place to a place where we start to have the true self as the master of life, and wisdom has the guidance for us to follow life. And in the middle of that process and that transformation, there is the heart. The heart is highly connected with both, with the consciousness and with the true self. We can go directly through the true self by using our consciousness. It's possible, but it's more difficult. Using our heart, it becomes much easier for us to connect with our true self and to manifest the true self. But we can only do it when our heart is also manifesting the true nature of the heart, the purity of the heart. And below all the layers of patterns and ignorance that were created by the patterns of the consciousness, there is a purity of heart. And in that purity of heart, there are some qualities. Those qualities are what we call the 5 basic heart qualities: trust, openness, love, gratitude, and gonjin, but also other qualities like compassion, forgiveness, patience, and many other qualities. Normally, those qualities, I don't know if emotions is the right word for that, but those qualities that are in the heart, they are a totality and they are unconditional, which means that they belong to you no matter what. There is no any condition in the world that can take those qualities from you. It's true that they can be hidden by information, by some activities of life and the consciousness. But those qualities, they belong always to you. They are the essence of your heart. If you lose them, you lose your heart, which is impossible because the heart is part of your essence, of your basic structure. To lose them, it means that you need to stop to exist. And if you stop to exist, so you really don't care about those things because you don't have the capacity to care. So what we want to do is to start to peel all the layers that are around the heart in order for us to manifest the qualities on the heart. We start with trust because trust is it is really a key in the heart. It's very, 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 very important. It's very difficult to experience the other qualities if we don't have trust. It's true, we can have some sort of love, some sort of gratitude and so on. But to really experience the potential of those qualities, you need trust. That's a guarantee that I can tell you. However, trust is one of the most tricky qualities to experience in life. And sometimes is even seen as something that we should not do. Be always, how you say, suspicious about life. Be always suspicious about the people. Be always suspicious about yourself. Don't trust yourself. Don't trust other people. And all those things, they are quite present. It's like we are. One thing that take us to not to trust is like this belief that the world is a very lonely place and we are here by ourselves, so we should not trust in anyone, and we just should trust in ourselves. But that is not a real trust. You see, when we don't trust, there is a thing that happens. When we don't manifest trust, we disconnect. Or like right now, you came to this training, these classes, because you have some trust. So it could not be even a trust on me, it could be a curiosity, a trust in your curiosity to follow, a trust in your feelings to come. Some sort of trust is there to make you to come here. And to listen to me, you need to have some sort of trust in me. And the more trust you have, the more strong the connection will be. And the easier it will be to share information. If you trust your partner or your family, you'll feel a strong connection with them. If you don't trust them, you'll feel disconnect from them. If you trust yourself, you'll feel very comfortable in being yourself. If you trust your body, you'll be very comfortable with your body. If you don't trust them, you'll not feel connected to them. And you know when something is not, when there is no connection, there is no nourishment. And when there is no nourishment, the things fade away, they disappear, they end up. Trust can manifest in many different ways, and it is important to become aware about trust. There is definition of trust, but I will not rely right now in any definition, because what I want you is to experience trust. I don't want you to have intellectual knowledge about trust. I want you to really experience trust in your heart. And there's nothing that will be given. It's just a thing that needs to be awakened, something that is there waiting for you. And it is the most wonderful feeling. You might say, yeah, but it's a scary world. I should not trust. If it is a scary world, there is a more reason to trust. Because you can only break through difficulties using trust. If you want to overcome some illness, you need to trust that you overcome that illness. If you want to overcome some bad relationship, you need to have trust. And so on. And to solve any problem in life, you do need to have trust. Trust is a state of being, is not an object, and is not a belief. I can not believe in something or someone, but that doesn't mean that I lose my trust, because it's a state that belongs to me. It's a state that cannot be, how to say, that can exist without conditions. When we first think about trust, we always try to go to an object of trust. That can be a physical object, can be an emotional object, can be a mind object, or a thought, or ideal, or something like that. But that is just a thing where we put the trust. We can have trust without that. It's like, let's say I have here my phone. So I connect to, when I think on my phone, I trust that the phone will work in a certain way. So the phone becomes an object of my trust. But I'm not always with my phone. My phone can even disappear. If I don't know that it has disappeared, it was destroyed, that trust on that phone will still be there, even without the object. Why? Because I decided to trust, and I have the power to trust. It's just that on that moment, I decide to use my trust on an object. But does that the existence of that object influence, or that existence of that, or non-existence of that object decides if I can trust or not? No. There is a reality, and we do have trust in ourselves. And I want you to practice that. I want you to become aware where you put your trust. And then detach yourself from the objects. I trust the car, I trust my family, I trust my cell phone. And then start to take the object and I say just, I trust, I trust, I trust. And then at some given moment, you can even take off the I and just be in trust, nothing else, just trust. This requires a lot of practice, of course. Sometimes we put trust in uplifting positive things. Sometimes we put trust in negative things, even in things that damage our life. You know, trust is a kind of superpower. Trust makes things happen. Trust makes things come into reality. There is nothing that you experience that is either good or either bad for you as an experience that does not come through the filter of trust. This might be a bit strong sentence to say, but I'm telling you this so that you can recover your power over trust. Because most of the times we are not even aware of trust itself. And I want you to become aware of trust. If you know already how to practice Dredcha, Dredcha, for those that don't know, is the last method of Yuan Gong that can be translated as awareness or self-awareness that comes from the true self. It's a state of being. If you want to use your Dredcha to apply this and to grow your awareness, right now is a really good moment. Use your Dredcha to manifest, to connect with trust, manifest trust, become aware of trust. It's really, really good. If not, just use your normal way to have awareness, to become aware of trust. You know, we receive information in our head, in our mind, and that information can come from all sorts of directions and all kinds of types. Sometimes we are actively interacting with information, and other times we are not. But whenever we receive information, there will be a processing of that information, and we become connect and we make that information real to us by using trust. This happens in the very subtle subconscious level. And that is an ignorant or an unaware way that we use trust. As an example, you receive the information that, I don't know, this is just an hypothetical story. Let's say you have a big company and you receive the information that someone is a spy in your company. So if you trust on that information, you'll start to act according to that. And maybe the feelings will not be good. Maybe you'll feel like, oh, I'm being betrayed, I'm being attacked and you start to feel anger or fear or a lot of discomfort and stress, and you start to become very suspicious about. And then you find out that that information is wrong. And you have gone through experience of suffering because you believe on that. Your patterns believe on that information. They told you that is true. So that you went through the filter of trust and you say, okay, I'm going to trust in this information. Your trust was told from you by the patterns of your consciousness. On that moment, your trust was not unconditional, was not a free trust, was not a pure trust, was a trust that was corrupt by the patterns of the consciousness. The patterns of the consciousness used the power of your trust to make that information real, to make it a reality, although it was not true, or to make you to go through that experience. And why that happened? Because maybe up to some level you had the pattern in your consciousness that was the pattern of unfounded suspicions. And your pattern is looking for reasons to exist, to become real, to be justified. So your mind was very tricky and play you a game and went to your heart with those negative patterns and use your trust in a subconscious way, of course, to validate their reason to exist. And that happened all the time. With also good things, of course. But what is important is that you reclaim the power to connect with this trust. You reclaim your awareness over trust so that you can unify yourself with trust and be in the state of trust no matter what. What happens when you'll be in the state of trust without conditions, without corruptions or without objects? What will happen on that moment? Can you imagine how your life will be? Maybe it's difficult to understand that. Or maybe you can experience. If you connect with my heart, you will be experiencing it right now. A life of unconditional trust or trust without conditions will be a life of freedom, a life with no worries, a life that that no matter what happens, you know that everything will be all right. You just know, and you don't need to do anything. Will act, but you will not create expectations towards the outcome. You'll make your decisions, you'll create your boundaries, you'll become aware of many things, and probably you even face some challenges, some conflict, but you will not really be affected by them. You'll know that at the end everything will be all right. Because when you are in the state of trust, you start to open the gate of the heart, of your pure heart. And with that, you'll start to experience in a most deeply way all the other qualities, but not only that, your true self will start to manifest stronger and stronger. You might experience even many states of pure bliss. And you will start to see the laws of life, the laws of the universe. And you will be very happy to follow them because you'll have total trust on them. And maybe if trust will grow in a very strong way and will manifest in a quite good level, maybe someday you will be able to surrender. And when you surrender all the burdens that you are carrying on your back, they will just fall down. You'll not need to carry them anymore. Thus, having this kind of trust means that life will go how you want? No. If you still want the life to go as you want, it means that there is no unconditional trust yet. It means that the pattern of self-centeredness is using your trust, is corrupting your trust. So, thus having trust means that you'll manifest what you want in life. Life will go as you please. Know that everything that will happen in your life, you will know that is the best. Although if you don't understand it, although if it is painful and creates a lot of confusion, there will be a deep feeling, deep inside, that has the clarity to accept everything as it is, to hold space for everything that exists in the universe, and to know that although we don't understand, although we don't see it, there is a reason for those things that are helping us to reach a new level of freedom and happiness. Trust is connection. And is the true connection. It's not the mental connection or the conditional useful connection. I don't know if it's useful the right word, but those kind of connections that are just meant to serve the purpose. Trust allow you to have the connection without boundaries. And what does mean? That you go beyond the objects. And that connection means the kind of dissolution into the universe. And if we have this dissolution into the universe will be with us, and we'll have all the strength of the universe in life. The universe is always supporting us, but because of lack of trust or lack of manifestation of trust, the pure state of trust, we cannot connect with that. And we cannot follow the laws of the universe. We go against the laws. There are some simple laws that everyone knows, like the law of change. Everyone on this planet has seen change in their life. So when there is a change, special a change that we cannot control, why do we enter in conflict with? And of course, if we enter in conflict with a change, we will have some problems. If we start to believe that the things should be in this way, not in the other way, we'll have problems. We'll start to feel stressed and experience all sorts of negative feelings, and our body will become tenser, and we'll start to have chi blockages, and we'll start to gather negative information in our body and around ourselves. We'll start to interact with other people in that negative way. So it is worthy the change start to happen, but we deny it for a while, and in some given moment is so strong that we cannot deny it anymore. But even then, we have a conflict with it. If we go with a change, there will be no conflict. If we are in the state of trust when the universe is changing, then we'll be blessed and support with the strength and the wisdom of the universe. And that is just one law. There are other laws. And many laws, we don't see them yet, but if we have trust, we naturally will start to be aligned with those laws. We will naturally start to manifest the natural qualities of the human beings, because it's not just about the connection with the universe, it's also the connection with yourself, the connection with your true self. Have you ever allowed yourself to have this deep connection with yourself? And you look at yourself and yes, maybe there are some limitations in your body, there are some limitations in your mind and so on. It's true that if I will say I trust myself, so I gonna jump from I don't know, from the Empire State Building in New York, and I will jump from there and I will fly. I will be a bit silly to do that. This is not trust, this is silliness. It's stupidity. But I can go to the Empire State Building, go to the top, and know that I cannot fly if I jump, but even then be in the state of trust myself. I know that I do have flaws in my physical body and limitations, but that doesn't mean that I will not nourish my body with trust. You know, I think probably everyone knows about my background with my injury in my lower back. It was a very, very serious injury, and I was already with no movement in my legs and pain 24 hours a day, even if I was taking drugs for that. and I was very young. I had, I think, 25 or 26-year-old when I was in that state. It was really awful. And after, of course, a lifetime of practicing physical sports, martial arts, and educate myself to use my body as a working tool to teach sports and martial arts and all those things. So suddenly all of my plans, everything in my life could not happen. Everything that I tried to do could not happen, right? Even just the fact of trying to be a normal man, young man, I could not do that because I had very, very strong limitations. So when I started to practice Ren Shui, and Ren Shui started to heal me, I had a lot of trust in Ren Shui. And the practice also. So I was doing really a lot of practice and I was having amazing effects and so on. But I was missing one thing that was slowing down my progress, and was that I was not having trust in my lower back. I was not nourishing my lower back with trust. I was nourishing with qi, and I was nourishing with positive information and all those things, but I was not nourishing it with trust. And my connection with that part of the body was not there. And if it was not there, how could I really make a fast healing, a true healing on that part of the body? You know, having trust in my lower back, that doesn't mean that it will not heal or will not wanting to change it, because change is part of the process. Probably if I will have trust before, the change will happen much easier, much faster, because I will be aligned with the laws of the universe, and change is one of them. But I was not connecting with trust with that part of myself. Will I trust if when I was in that state that I could lift heavy weights and do jumps, acrobatic jumps and all these things? Of course not. And that is not even trust, that is a belief or a thing. But nourishing my lower back in that state doesn't mean that I will believe that I can do anything with my back. I will just create this deep state of connection there, where the natural laws of the universe will create the effect and will help me to heal the lower back, taking it back to the normal place that it will naturally be if I will not create the problem. Trust, it's different from, of course, this is a matter of language, but my understanding trust is different from things like confidence or believing or you know, I don't know this about languages, but there are different terms that can be specific. This is why it's so important to experience the heart. It's not a blind thing, trust. It's that trust is a thing that brings us clarity, that can help us to see beyond the blindness of the ignorance that we have in our patterns. Sometimes in some levels, trust can look a little bit like, I don't know if this is the right word, but more like the meaning of the state of faith. I don't know if if this is the right word to use, because faith has a deep connotation with religions, and is not what I want to mean with that. But that state where we just feel deeply blessed inside and free, and knowing that everything will be all right. Even if we don't know how, even if we don't see the tools, even if we don't see the things with clarity, there is this deep sense in our heart that no matter what challenges will happen, everything will be all right. And if we need, and if the universe is supporting us, and if we really have this pure, true intention in your heart, this very pure, clear, one thought intention in our heart, we can create the deepest transformation in anything. We can even change not just our physical bodies, not just our mind, but even our own destiny. It's like if you have this pure heart, pure trust, pure thoughts, you can even move one mountain with your thoughts, with your own thought. Of course, this is a metaphor, but it's just to have an idea what I want you to get close, what is the meaning or the experience of trust. And sometimes in life we can have some confusion, and we might feel a little bit lost, and we might feel that we are going through the moment of break, that we cannot hold it anymore. Sometimes life is like that. It is very, very challenging. I have experienced that many times in the past. And although it seemed like the world was like we have this expression, taking the floor from me. So it was like I was just falling in the deep void without anything to hold on to. I was, even before the Renshre, I was really, really lucky to have this small light in my heart, this small seed of trust that was there no matter what. And know if even all those things have happened, the truth is that everything has changed. And all those experiences that they were very difficult, they become a precious experience and a lesson in my own life to grow and to transform. It is very easy for us to experience trust. I don't call it even trust, but I don't think it's real trust, but we can call it trust when life goes as we expect, and we feel that we are in control of everything. How can that be real trust? That is what I call corrupt trust. Why? Because first we condition of trust to the outcome of things. Second, we corrupt trust with our own self-centeredness, that the world should go as we want, and we can control the things as we want. But when those conditions are happening, it is very easy for us to have a sense of trust, feel trust. But, you know, if we really want to experience trust, we need to do it without conditions. We need to free ourselves from the conditions of trust. And in this case, in this example, the trust was conditioned by life going as we want and having the control of everything. So how do we evolve on that level? How do we grow our trust and make it more unconditional? Well, by having those conditions challenged. If our trust is conditioned by having control over the things, and we want to evolve on trust, so when we don't have control over the things, what should we do? Should we just hide and say the whole world is horrible, I should not trust? What should you do if you really want to free your trust, if you want to purify your heart from all those corruptions that happen from the patterns? You should trust. You really should trust. Because that trust will go beyond what you can control. Will go beyond your expectations and the outcomes of the actions. It is much higher than that. And as far as I know, it has no limits. You can reach the level of unconditional trust, which means that you can experience trust no matter what, no matter what conditions manifest in your life, in any moment, in any situation, with anyone. And once you are doing that, there is a huge thing to grow on trust. It will expand to levels where you cannot imagine. And that will give you benefits, yes. Will you be attached to those benefits? No. Because you will not be about yourself anymore if you go on that. It will be about the totality. It will be about the true connection. The connection where you'll never be alone anymore. Even if you close yourself in a cave, or even if you are surrounded by people that hate you or have conflict with you, no matter what, that trust will give you a connection that will never disappear. You'll never be alone. You'll never be alone. So, in a few moments, we'll do the healing, the first healing of this course. And maybe after the healing you'll feel a bit relaxed, or you just want to sit and close your eye, or lay down and close your eyes. That's fine. It's up to you. But before we do that, I want you to give you the homework. It is important that you make your own effort to do it. And the homework is very simple. It's to start to develop your awareness about trust. Where you put your trust and what is corrupting your trust. And be aware of the state of trust, not the trust on the objects, but the state of trust. This is your homework. It is important in this moment that you start to, of course you can have your practice in your life, but it's important that you start to make the best you can to apply what you have learned in every moment of your life. The best you can. Does not need to be perfect. I'm very happy with your best. If your best is 1 minute a day, I'm very happy with that. If your best is 24 hours a day, I will be very happy with that too. So respecting your own capacities and limitations and understandings, do your best to apply whatever you learn. In the next classes, we'll start also to, normally I don't teach methods in my classes, but I want to introduce you to Tongyuan. It is a method. There are some pre-recorded meditations of Tongyuan in the Ren Shui International website. You can purchase them from there. And of course, we'll do some of that in our sessions. Maybe not the full meditation, but some parts, some sentences, and we'll start to go deeper. Another thing that also is important to know about my teachings is that although I have a plan, kind of plan, the information that I will teach you, that I will give you, can be very flexible because it will go accordingly to your own evolution and the information that is in the chi field, and I will adapt to that. Oh, and I also have another homework for you. This might be a little bit more challenging, a little bit more difficult. But I will also share a secret with you about this course. So in the last days, I have been very, very busy, more than I was expecting. But life sometimes is like that. Even today, I was very busy. And I had no time to prepare the classes. So everything that I'm talking was not planned and was not thought about. And it might be a bit strange to do like that, because it's a lot of responsibility, a course of 10 weeks and with these things. So I will tell you my secret, and I hope that you apply that in your life too. So my secret is, I trust on trust. I trust on trust. And try to apply that. that can be a challenging because many times we don't trust on trust. But I do trust on trust. And with that, I can have a very deep connection with my true self. And with that, I can have the information that I need to my classes, no matter what. No matter if I'm tired, if I don't sleep the last night, if I am very busy, if I have not opened a book or doing anything like that. Whenever I come and sit in front of the camera, I have this deep state of trust. And whenever I start to talk, the words come true. And I know that those are exactly the words that are needed to say. No more, no less. Try to work on that and involve on that. When I was doing the Tongyuan meditations on trust, I have done, well, basically I only have work on trust when I was working in the 5 heart qualities with the meditations. I was just doing on trust, and I was practicing quite intensively. So basically I was doing at least twice a day the meditation on trust. Sometimes I was doing more than that. And through all the day, I was trying to apply everything that I knew about trust, every thing that I understood about trust. So it was my understanding that was evolving over the time. And I used to say a lot, I trust without conditions. And I start to apply that, apply, and meditate. And I have done that very intensively for 1 year. I was very dedicated to that, 1 year working on trust. And then what happened was that at some given moment, that magic key opened my heart, and after, without any effort, I could experience all the other qualities. I could experience openness, love, conjing, gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, everything without making any effort to do it. And they were there all present. And I remember the first time that change was so fast and unexpected. I was just in this state of bliss and joy every day for quite a long time, for months, without ever changing. So I invite you to try that. I challenge you to try that. I'm sorry, I have here some comments. Oh, I've lost the sound during the homework instructions at the end. Could someone tell me what they were? The homework is being aware of trust, see how it manifests, where you put it, and what is corrupting your trust, and also try to be aware of the state and unify with the state more than the causes and the conditions. Be aware of the state. And the second part is that to work on trust in your trust. Oh, that was already the answer. Thank you. That's nice. Okay, so now we're going to do the healing. If you are new, it's very easy to do the healing. We'll use the chi field and the information. The healing, it can go through two aspects. Today I can do the healing through the body, so we go to the body. When I say a part of the body, you imagine that that part is transparent or is empty, and you do your best to send the most positive information there. If you want if it's easy for you, you can use the hands, like I say the head, and you can put the hands on the head, the eyes, you go to the eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and so on. Of course, if I say lower middle back, it's very difficult to put the hands, but you can put it on the front. And if you go to the spine, you don't need to go to the hands to all the spine. Or you can do it without the hands too. If you connect with your conscious there in the very clear way, it's also good. It's up to you. And you connect with positive information whenever we go. Then you connect also with the integration of trust. So we are working on trust. Trust will play a big role in the part of the healing. We go through the body, and you connect with trust, and you send trust to that part of the body. You nourish with trust that part of the body. And then you can send other positive information. You can send like everything is healthy, everything is bright, everything is working normally, chi is flowing freely and smoothly. This kind of positive information that you want to share and to give there. So we go through that healing, and the rest you just need to follow my voice instructions, and that's it. And be open. Okay, so adjust yourself to a good position. Look straight forward and slowly bring the vision inward. Close your eyes and relax. If you feel any tension, any discomfort, just relax and let go. Relax. Relax. Bring your awareness to your heart. And connect with my heart and everyone in this chi field. In this moment and all together, we're gonna connect with trust. Trust without conditions. Trust without conditions. Trust without conditions. Feel the pure state of your heart, the pure state of trust. Feel your heart open and the peaceful state inside. With trust, connect with your true self. Unconditional trust in your true self, with your heart. With trust, connect with the universe. And receive the trust of the universe in your heart. Dissolve yourself in trust. Be trust. From this special state of trust, bring your awareness to your head. And send the most positive information to your head with full and unconditional trust. And do the same to your eyes. The nose, the mouth, the ears, all the head and face, the neck, the chest, lungs, the heart, the spleen, the stomach, the pancreas, the liver and gallbladder, the small intestine, the large intestine, the kidneys, the bladder, the spine, cervical spine, thoracic spine, lumbar spine, the hips, upper legs, knees, lower legs, ankles, and feet. To the shoulders, upper arms, elbows, lower arms, wrists, and hands. Chi is abundant in all the body and is flowing freely. Everything is healthy bright, and all the functions are normal. Now with your heart, use trust and bright light and send it to the world, to everyone that needs support, to everyone that is suffering, that has no clarity in life, that is confused. From deep in your heart, send them all the trust and love and light. With trust, we connect with all the hearts in humanity. To bring light where is most needed. So that humanity can come together and be a very happy, uplifting, wise family. Bring your awareness back to your heart and connect again with trust. And with all the support of this chi field and everyone, bring your trust where you need it most and nourish that part of your life with trust. Trust is healing your life in the most deep place. And you can be free. Have realization, wisdom, happiness, well-being, and grow, uplift your life, and help others. Slowly, you can bring all the chi field and information back to your heart. And you can put your hands in your heart. Trust is always with you. Trust is always with you. It is your right. It is part of your pure heart. And you can manifest it and connect with it whenever you want. Make it a part of your life. Make it constant in your life. It can be there without any condition. Hands to the sides. Keep this inner connection and this deep state of trust. And if you want, you can come back and slowly open your eyes, or you can keep resting and stay inwards, nourishing this state. Thank you so much, everyone. It was really beautiful to connect with your hearts again, and also to welcome the new people with our hearts all together, supporting each other, uplifting our lives and helping the others. This is how it should be. This is how is our true nature. So for today is all. I only have passed 3 minutes after the hour, so I'm doing a lot of progress with that. Thank you so much, everyone. And now you're gonna apply and you're gonna practice. And if you have any question, write them down so that you don't forget them. They might disappear at the end of the week with the practice and your growth and your understanding. But anything, you keep it, and then the next week you can place it here on the chat, or you can send it by email. If you are not doing these classes live, you can do it by email and send me the questions by email. And then I will answer them on the class. Tomorrow I will pass the video to YouTube, and I will send you the replay on YouTube. That will be for you. And I will also send you the links and the information for the Zoom meetings, for the breakout groups. And yeah, that's all. I trust that you will make the breakthrough on trust as you have never done before. Thank you so much, everyone. Send you my trust, and see you next week. Bye-bye.